Welcome back. We are live for another mock draft. It is Thursday night, which is date night for me, but it's draft night for all of us. So let's get into this. As you can see, Pierre is not here, which is good news and bad news. It's bad news because Pierre's not here, but it's good news for you because it means there's more spots open. Real quick, Anthony, if you're seeing this screen, you should be able to, hopefully, if you see these claims, click on them. If they're not working, I know you were having trouble. If they're not working, then yeah, maybe you need to restart or something's up with the app. Unfortunately, this is the sleeper app, so I don't have any control over that. So maybe try restarting. That typically works. Maybe try it on your phone. I don't know. Maybe after the draft, if you can't get in, I'll send you another link and we can test it out and we can get you set up. But for the rest of you, we do have a lot of spots tonight. We have 10 spots open. My math is very bad. And there's only 29 people online that I see. So here we go. 29 people for 10 spots. Here comes the link. 3, 2, 1. Good luck. And I need to remind you, if you want to get in these drafts smooth and easy, most of the time, you don't want to deal with everybody. Or if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football, especially if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football, you want to go to flockfantasy.com/endgame. That is where you will get direct access to Pierre and I. You'll get direct access to the mock drafts, first of all, but also you will get direct access to Pierre and I. You can ask us about startup drafts, your rookie drafts, trades you might be sending, trades you might be getting. We can take a look at your roster, let you know what we think, how you can improve. Basically, help you win all your Dynasty leagues. Also, you get access to Mason from Flock Fantasy, the guys from Dynasty Land Football, the guys from Fantasy Stock Exchange. You can ask them too. If you're like, I'm not sure about what Chris said, let me go ask these guys. You can get their opinion too. You get all that by going to flockfantasy.com/endgame, plus access to our rankings, articles, bonus videos, bonus live streams, plus all the stuff we have planned for the offseason, all the stuff we have planned for the season. You want to go there, flockfantasy.com/endgame. You can try it out for free for 2 days. Once you're in love with it and you decide you need to join, you will get 30% off because you went to flockfantasy.com/endgame. All right. It looks like everybody is in. Yes, we are full. So we are doing a 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, full PPR draft tonight. And we've got Hulk Smash on the clock at the number 1. Here we go. We got some new people in here. Dong Mong, what's up? Ian, Luckware. You can see other John back. Jamarcus Russell in the draft tonight. Interesting. All right, let's see here. We have, let's see. Paper said, I'm on the clock too. Like, why isn't this draft moving? That's because I'm on the clock. All right, here we go. With Jamar Chase. Paper saying, have a good feeling I'm going to get in this time. Did you get in? I don't know what your name is on Sleeper. Rise above, back at the 12th spot. Nice. All right, Nate, with a dynasty question. Should I give up the 210 and Miles Sanders for Dobbins? I would do that. I like Dobbins better. I'm not in love with Miles Sanders in Carolina. A lot of people are. I don't see it. Dobbins, I'm almost positive is younger. In fact, I know he's younger. I think Dobbins is better. I think he has a better role. The 210, I mean, I don't know. Maybe ask for a third in return for the 210, like a late third if you want. But I think I would do it. I prefer Dobbins. And Sean Dude saying, I'm never going to get in unless I pay. I mean, that's not true. We got lots of people in here who don't pay. It certainly makes it easier, but you don't have to pay. But I will say, I think in a month or two, you might have to. We'll see. But anyways, you can always hang out and watch the draft and chat. Love to answer questions. Chase, what is up? Good to see you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Is Kulkinra is in? Paper asking me to give up my spot. Oh man, that's cold. That's cold. Okay, so as Cole Keenra is Luckware. All right, nice. And then Sean Dude saying my phone goes through 3 links before I can join. Yeah, so I know some people know the trick. Some people know the trick, but I don't know what it is. Paper asking J.K. Dobbins or David Montgomery. I'm Dobbins on both fronts, dynasty and redraft. Again, younger than Montgomery. I just like his situation better with or without Lamar. I don't think it matters. Might even be better without Lamar because you don't have to worry about Lamar vulturing as many touchdowns. He's the clear lead guy there. He looked great. Like, talent's never been my issue with Dobbins. My issue with Dobbins was the pass catching work, but Monty's not a huge pass catcher. And then, of course, the injury last year. But he looked healthy down the stretch. I think you got to think he's going to be even more healthy this year. I think Monty's okay. I like him in Detroit, but you know, in Chicago, we probably saw the best Monty we're going to see. We saw, at least for a couple of years there, we saw a 3-down back Monty. We're not going to see that in Chicago, or I mean in Detroit. So I go Dobbins in both dynasty and redraft. All right, now as for the draft, pretty standard here. CMC at the 4, Eckler at the 7. Other than that, all wide receivers. Diggs pretty early there at the 5. That's pretty early for Diggs. It's a little early there. And then, okay, so we got asking what's the format. So I got it right there in the title, but just in case, it's 1 QB. Again, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, full PPR. I think this is probably the most common. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this is probably the most common roster settings: 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, full PPR. I know we generally do 3 wide receiver, but I don't think that's as common in most leagues. But let me know. Diggs was him last year until he wasn't down the stretch, but Diggs is him. Diggs is great. Yeah, Diggs is great. Just interesting. Don't usually see him that high. All right, so we got JT. But man, this is 3 drafts in a row where somebody's gotten that JT Bijan combo. 3 drafts in a row. So Royland says his only spicy take this year is that Kupp will get passed by some of the young gun wide receivers. He'll still be top 10, but not top 5. I mean, I can see it. There's a lot of young wide receiver talent. In fact, tomorrow we're dropping our top 12 dynasty wide receiver rankings, and it's crazy because we did our running back rankings, and it's like, man, like the stud running backs like CMC, you know, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, they're kind of old. And then like there's, you know, you got the young talent coming like Bijan, but then you got like JT, Kenneth Walker. It's like a weird area for running back right now where you're kind of seeing like the elite running backs getting old and like the young running backs that come in have kind of still need to prove things. But you look at wide receiver, I think, you know, like AJ Brown like is kind of old for wide receivers just because there's so many young wide receivers that are good. So I could definitely see it. Where do I want to see Bijan land? I mean, if it's like perfect case scenario, I'd probably say like Chargers, but I don't think that's going to happen. But I think anywhere he lands is going to be good because he's going to get first round, probably high-ish first round draft capital, and a team's not going to use, you know, first round draft capital on a running back to have him sit or be in a committee. So, but if I was just picking like, you know, draft spot, team needs, none of that stuff mattered, Chargers would be absolute, like, you know, break fantasy football kind of spot, in my opinion. Let's see. Metcalf. Seems a little early there for Metcalf. We don't usually see him go that early. There's a couple guys I like here. Which one do I want? Neither one will probably make it back to me. I feel like I'm always drafting Devontae, so I'm going to go with Olave tonight. Go with Olave. And Roy's above saying kind of like being at the 12 turn. The 12 turn has been pretty good. The 12 turn has been pretty good lately. Can't wait for the NFL draft. We will be, by the way, even though it's still like a month away, we will be live streaming. We will absolutely be live streaming the entire first round of the NFL draft. We will, well, I know I will be. I don't know if Pierre can because I think day 2 on a Friday. Am I right about that? Is day 2 on a Friday? Does anybody know? I feel like day 2 is on a Friday. Pierre may have to work. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I feel like. All right, let's do it. Let's go 3 straight wide receivers. So, anyways, yeah, we will both be live streaming the first round of the draft. We've done it every year. I guess I'll be live streaming the second round. Maybe Pierre can hop on, and maybe live streaming the third, day 3 and day 4. We'll see. Okay, so we're getting confirmations Friday. That's what I thought. Yeah, because the first round's on Thursday, so. He'll probably be teaching that day, I'm guessing. So I'll be able to hop on. Pierre got stuck at work. Was not able to make it in time for the draft. Have Pierre stream from the classroom. The kids would probably love getting on YouTube. I'm not sure the school and the parents would like it as much. But I'll run it by him. We'll see. Yeah, you definitely got to tune into the draft. It's fun. There's always shocking picks, trades. It's a lot of fun. Cannot wait. All right, so what does he teach? I don't know the exact. I don't remember the subject he teaches, which is bad. But I know he teaches like the gifted children. You know, like the what do you call them? Like I don't know, the really smart kids, which I obviously was not one of. Yeah, last year we had the AJ Brown trade, we had the Marquise Brown trade. Yeah, there's always a lot of fun. Always a lot of fun, especially that first night because it's an event, right? Day 2 goes a lot faster. Which is kind of nice. And you also get 2 rounds, but day 1's a lot of fun for sure. I'm sure he's very used to being called Professor Camus. I'm sure he's very used to that. Well, I don't know if they call him Professor. He's not in college, so maybe he's Mister. I don't know. Paper saying calling it now. D-Hop trade on draft night. That definitely is a possibility. Definitely possible. Because that's when teams start to get, desperate, right? They're like, oh, we need D-Hop. We need D-Hop. Let's do it. So we'll see. All right, but back to the draft. So Etienne, Cooper, Mahomes, Stevenson, Brees, Watson. Man, Watson going earlier and earlier. Josh Allen. All right. Nothing too crazy so far. What is up, Bartermania? Good to see you. See, Nate has a way better memory than me. He probably is still a math teacher. And I know he does teach gifted elementary kids. That I know he does. It's probably still math. Yeah, they always say this. I saw the clip where it was Dave Gettleman, who used to be the Giants GM, right after they signed Odell Beckham to that extension, and there were starting to be like rumors that they were going to trade Odell. And literally he's sitting there saying like, we didn't sign him to trade him, and then like 2 weeks later they traded him. Teams always say this stuff. I mean, look, maybe he will be a Cardinal. There's definitely the possibility that he will be a Cardinal, but I don't buy into when teams say like we're not trading. Like Sean Payton saying like we're not trading those receivers. He gets the right offer, he'll trade one of those wide receivers. He'll trade. So a good question here is Watson, meaning Christian Watson, really QB proof, and is Love actually good? Let's answer the second one first. I don't know. I don't even know if the Packers know. But is Watson QB proof? I mean, I don't think anybody's completely QB proof. I mean, we saw Tyreek Hill last year with Skylar Thompson. Like, he was okay, but he was just okay, right? He wasn't like elite when he had to play with, Skylar Thompson. So I don't think anybody is QB proof if the QB is horrible. But I think Love is at least good enough. And we did see in that one game last year where Jordan Love came in, Christian Watson had a 60-yard touchdown. Now, it wasn't like Jordan Love hit him in stride on a 60-yard bomb, but that's the thing about Christian Watson. He's a guy, you get him the ball in space, he can take it to the house at any time. So I still like Watson even with Love. So Nate asking the good question. Who is the most likely to make an appearance in the background of your videos? Hurts has been there for a while. I know, and I was going to take him out last year, and then he played so well. I'm like, I got to leave him in there. I can't take him out. He played so well, but maybe it is time for somebody new. I will say Barry Sanders will never not be in the background. He will always be there. Maybe I should get another old schooler. Who would be like a good old schooler? Give me some ideas. Give me some suggestions. Somebody I should put back there. Throw out some names. I'm open. Trevor saying Najee in the fourth is a steal. Najee definitely a bounce back candidate this year. A post-hype sleeper, if you will. All right, I gotta get ready for my pick here. Where are we at? What do we got? More Pittman, Fields. I definitely don't need to go QB here. I mean, I need a running back, but I feel like at this point you just gotta wait. I think I'm going to go. Is he still on the board? It's a 3 wide receiver league, but I don't really like this. All right. I mean, sorry, it's a 2 wide receiver, so it doesn't feel great taking a 4th wide receiver, but I don't really love any of the running backs here, so. I almost went Keenan there. Now I kind of wish I went Herbert and then London. This is a brutal spot to be in this format. Not going Stevenson over Debo was probably a mistake. to be honest. Is Lamar going to be playing somewhere this year, or is he going to hold out, guys? What do we think? I'll gamble on him. All right. How high are we on Hollywood when D-Hop gets traded? I'm pretty high on Hollywood, but I'd be much higher on him if D-Hop got traded. The problem is if D-Hop doesn't get traded, we also have to factor in that it's probably going to be Colt McCoy for like half the year or so, or at least like a third of the year, which is okay, but limits his ceiling, especially if D-Hop is there. But I still like Hollywood either way. I mean, he goes pretty late in drafts, so. All right, so paper saying Deion Sanders. I was never that into Deion Sanders. Megatron's a possibility. I could have two Lions, right? I could have Barry Sanders and then Megatron. I could have double Lions. Marshall Faulk, it's interesting. Not Brown. Jim Brown, that's going way back. I don't think so. I don't think. Walter Payton would be interesting. So I could have Barry Sanders and Walter Payton. That would be interesting. We got the bust, Jerome Bettis. Oh, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson would be something. What if I put up baseball Bo Jackson? How would people react to that if I had baseball Bo Jackson? I don't like or not like Kyle Pitts. I just don't think I need to take Kyle Pitts this early. What if Detroit? If Lamar went to Detroit, I would love it. I mean, look, if Lamar plays anywhere this year, I'm fine with Lamar because it's not like Lamar has been thrown to all these crazy, amazing offensive weapons. So almost anywhere he goes has to be at least as good as it was, if not better, because there's not many worse wide receiver groups than the Ravens. One of the worst wide receiver groups in football. So, yeah, if you went to Detroit, you'd have to love him. I mean, with that offensive line, with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams fully healthy, Swift out of the backfield, yeah, you'd have to love Lamar in Detroit for sure. Ooh, these are good. Randy Moss or Jerry Rice? Randy Moss. I'm a big fan of Jerry Rice. I've always been, even though I've never been a Niners fan, but I'm also a big fan of Randy Moss. That's Randy Moss. Maybe Randy Moss. Maybe I'll look into a Randy Moss one. Judging by your team, yeah. Well, I only took T-Law last night in that spot because I'd already drafted 3 straight Jaguars, and I said, nah, what the heck? I'll go 4 straight Jaguars and just go all in. But, yeah. It's close for me between T-Law. I have T-Law right behind Lamar right now, and I could definitely, depending on, look, if Lamar, if it doesn't look like any team is making offer sheets for Lamar, if he holds out, which he could, then yeah, definitely. Well, then obviously T-Law over Lamar if he holds out, but. And also I took T-Law last night, so I was like, let me take Lamar tonight. Yeah, Moss might be it. I'm gonna have to go online and see what I can find for Moss. I mean, look, if you're asking me who the better wide receiver is, it's Rice. Jerry Rice, best wide receiver of all time, in my opinion. But Moss, I mean, maybe I can get a picture of Moss mossing somebody, right? Or something like that. Now, okay, here we go. Who's your favorite Washington player of all time? I might have to say Art Monk. It's either Art Monk or Darrell Green. It's one of those two because as a child, as an impressionable child, when those were like their two stud players and they were really good. Art Monk, great receiver. Darrell Green, one of the fastest players that ever played the game, a great cornerback. It'd be one of those guys, Art Monk or Darrell Green. And John Riggins. John Riggins, too. I like John Riggins a lot, too. One of those 3 guys. But probably Art Monk or Darrell Green over Riggins. Need a debate settle Danny Dimes or Derek Carr for one season. I don't know. I guess Danny Dimes because of what he can do with his legs. Because we saw that last year. There were like that playoff game against Minnesota. They didn't even throw the ball. I mean, against Minnesota, they didn't even throw the ball. They either like handed it off to Saquon or Danny Dimes just ran for like 10 yards. And Derek Carr can't do that. Derek Carr cannot do that. So I guess I would have to go Danny Dimes just because of his legs. But really the answer is neither. No, thank you. Ooh, Sean Taylor. Yeah, Sean Taylor good too. Sean Taylor a good one too, for sure. Theismann, Riggins, yes, definitely Riggins. I liked Riggins. Theismann, I don't know. To me, like I was never into QBs when I was a kid. I'm like, that's lame. That's like QB. It's like, you're afraid to get hit. You know, I never wanted to be a QB. So, But definitely Riggins. Yes, Riggins. All right, paper asking Dak a third and Michael Gallup for Lamar. Take it or leave it. If I'm the Cowboys, I'm not doing it. That's too much for Lamar, in my opinion. Like if I'm the Ravens, I'll take it all day. I think that's too much for Lamar, though, if I'm the Cowboys. Football was different back then. It's like you had names like Darrell Green, Art Monk, John Riggins. Now you got names like Demarius and like DeAndre. Different times now. Sonny Jurgen. Okay. I don't know how old you think I am, but I did not ever watch Sonny Jurgensen play. Okay, I think he was playing before I was even born. I'm old, but I'm not quite that old. Come on now, Sonny Jurgensen, man. Thoughts on Gardner Minshew? He's got a noodle arm. He's accurate like 10 yards or closer, but don't ask him to throw the deep ball. Yeah, I really hope the Colts aren't starting Gardner Minshew this year. Really hope. If they do, I really hope Michael Pittman gets traded. Sean Taylor was a beast, and I can say this honestly, we will never see another Sean Taylor. Not that Sean Taylor was like the greatest safety that ever played, but because you can't hit like he was the last safety of the era where you could still kind of wreck guys and not get flagged for it. We'll never see another player like Sean Taylor, Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater. Like we'll never see players like that again because you just can't hit guys like that in the NFL anymore. You get flagged. So yeah, he was a beast. So he was a beast. Yeah, Darrell Green was an absolute stud. He was fast for sure. Kirk or Ridley, do you value them roughly the same? If we're just talking season long, I'm higher on Ridley because I expect Ridley to be the number one guy, have more of the, high value targets, the red zone targets, the deep targets. I think Kirk will be very similar to what he was last year. He'll have those big weeks, all those terrible weeks, and all those in-between weeks. So I got to go with Ridley. But I like them both. I do like them both. All right, gotta get ready for my pick here. And I hopefully can get a running back. Because I definitely need a running back. I mean, maybe I'm just a sucker, but I can't not take Swift at this point. I just can't do it. I gotta take him. All right, well, I'm glad he took Monty because I was like, man, am I going to have to take the Lions running back stack here? man. Might be a little early, but I just don't like any of these running backs, to be honest. I don't like these running backs that are here. All right, Ryder asking, what do you think about Joe Mixon this year? Joe Mixon's a tough one. Very tough right now. There's like that half of me that's like he's an obvious cut candidate. He's making like a ridiculous amount of money this year. He wasn't even that good last year. He didn't even like Samaje Perine was getting more running than him in the playoffs. And they need to try to extend Burrow this year if they can. And then they're going to have to pay Higgins and then they're going to have to pay Chase. But then on the other side of me is like, well, they're also a team that's trying to win right now. So do they just try to restructure his deal and see if he'll take less money? Which is, I think, is what they're doing right now. I think they're trying to restructure that deal. Yeah, I think where he's going is okay because you're gambling on the fact that he's back with Cincinnati. Or if he's not back with Cincinnati, he lands somewhere halfway decent, which I don't even know where that would be at this point because all the running backs have been signed, and pretty soon we're going to have the rookies drafted. So I think where he's going right now is okay for the risk, but yeah, we'll see. Joe Mixon's a tough one to figure out right now for sure. So JSC saying, I feel like Jalen Hurts with the team's RB1 could be a sneaky stack with the Eagles being a run-heavy team. The thing is, the Eagles are a run-heavy team, but they use a bunch of guys. Unless they draft Bijan at 10, like people think, then they probably won't use a bunch of guys. And also, Jalen Hurts scores a ton of touchdowns, which hurts the running backs' upside. So we'll see there. So you said uninstall Discord. It shouldn't be Discord. It's Sleeper. It should be Sleeper. Totally separate from Discord. I'll send you, Anthony. When we're done, I'll send you like just a test one on Sleeper, and we'll see if you can join. We'll get you in here. Don't worry. We'll get you in here. So Sean saying, I feel like Monty is more likely to be RB1 than Swift. I think you could be right in the way that Jamal was more RB1 than Swift last year. But if you look, like, again, with Jamal last year, he scored 17 touchdowns, which I don't think Montgomery is going to score 17 touchdowns. And he still was only, like, good. It's not like he was week in and week out carrying your team. And I feel like that's kind of how Monty is going to be. For me, with Swift, at least the potential upside is there. If Swift can get a bigger role, he has upside that Montgomery does not have. So for me, I would just rather gamble on that upside. I think Montgomery is fine, but I look at more as like a floor play. Whoa. I mean, you did get your guy. You got your guy awfully early in the 7th round. Tua in the 7th round. Tua is like your Jalen Hurts this year. Young Money saying Eagles' entire offense hit its collective ceiling last year. Agree or disagree? I mean, this definitely could be true. We see this a lot of times, but it comes down to Jalen Hurts, right? Because you could have said that about the Bengals 2 years ago. So that offense hit its ceiling, but when you have a quarterback as good as Joe Burrow, then they haven't. So if Jalen Hurts continues to play at a high level, then I like, can their offense be better? Probably not, because it's hard to be better. But I think their offense can still be very, very, very good. But it really comes down to Jalen Hurts still playing at a high level, of course. Oh, my bad. He couldn't click links in the Discord. My bad. Okay, well, I'm glad I got it figured out. Okay, good. So hopefully you can join us on Tuesday and from then on going forward. This feels like a bad beat. My friend last year drafted Jalen Hurts, Josh Jacobs, and Jefferson and got second because Jalen Hurts was out week 17. Jefferson disappeared week. Man, that is brutal because I'm guessing he probably was just every week was just rolling people week after week, rolling people. This I might agree with. Slim Reaper hasn't seen his ceiling yet because he's only going into year 3, and a lot of times wide receiver peaks tend to be like 25 to 28. That's like usually their peaks, maybe 29. And then we see like a gradual decline into their 30s, like the good wide receivers, of course. Whereas running back peaks tend to be like 25, 26. And then we see the decline. Generally. Not always, but generally. So he certainly could get better, which is another reason why I love Lamb this year. Entering year 4, still only 24 years old. I don't think Lamb has reached his peak yet, to be honest. Tua in the 7th with no stack is spicy. I mean, that is definitely spicy. Definitely spicy. All right, I got to get ready again. My pick's coming up here. I need. I mean, I don't really need wide receiver, but who's available? Who's gone? Bateman, Flowers, Tony, Cooks. And then hoping somebody makes it back to me. I think he will. We'll see. We'll see what Hulk Smash does here. Don't do it, Hulk Smash. All right. I know Young Money will like this pick. Hey, get out of here. All right, so back to the Eagles. Will the defense be as good? That's the question, because we see this all the time where defenses play great for a year and then they come back down to earth a little bit. Will they be as good? Probably not, because they were absolutely elite last year, all the way up until the second half of the Super Bowl. Probably not as good, but I still think they'll be good. They did bring back enough key pieces that I think their defense will still be good. Paper saying, I'm waiting for Jerry Jeudy breakout season. Yeah, people have been waiting for a long time now. We'll see. We'll see if it happens this year. If it doesn't happen this year, it's probably time to give up on him, honestly. And then Nate saying, MVP and Tua both being 3 letters. Coincidence? I think not. All right. So then JSC, if I draft Alvin Kamara, it's not going to be at least till the 10th round, and I'm grabbing Jamal Williams. Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly not even drafting Alvin Kamara, like especially with Jamal there now, because you know he's not going to score any touchdowns again, and the last 2 years he's looked bad. Like he's actually looked kind of bad, and now he's probably going to be suspended. I'm just not drafting Alvin Kamara, to be honest. But I think if you're going to, if you want to take him late, okay, fine. And then I think this is a great question. I need to know why we're drafting Bateman over Elijah Moore. I need to know why, too, because Bateman may not have a quarterback this year. I like Bateman, but he may not have a quarterback. Elijah Moore has a quarterback. definitely has a quarterback. So, yeah, I'm more over Bateman as well. And then Vernon saying JT at pick 12 and Saquon pick 15. Wishes in my real league. Yeah, they tend to go. I mean, this is probably a format where running backs could go earlier because it's only 2 running back, 2 wide receiver. But they do tend to go a little bit later in our drafts for sure. Royland has a counter. He's a counter for you, Nate. Dak is also 3 letters. Ooh. But then Sean says Dak is only the MVP in Madden. Well, here's the thing. So you say, wait, you're high on Hollywood, who we know won't have a QB, but you're worried about Bateman. Yes, because Colt McCoy, we've seen, is fine. He's fine. Like he'll force feed Hollywood. I certainly think it limits his ceiling, but he should have Kyler for the second half of the year, I think. And there's also a good chance DeAndre Hopkins is gone. And also, as much as I like Bateman, we haven't seen Bateman do anything really yet. So, I like, to me, Colt McCoy isn't like a major downgrade. Now, if it's, who was the guy they had at the end of the year last year? Who's that? Who they like? If it's that guy, then yeah, I'm off Hollywood. But I think we're going to see Colt McCoy, who will at least, pepper Hollywood with targets. Maybe his upside isn't as high, but then when Kyler comes back, it should be okay. Now you're really going to get Nate excited. Mac Jones for MVP. Is the 3-letter Mac. Oh, it even has an M. Oh, no. Oh, my. All right, so Californian. Packers say the Jets are lowballing them. Is Rodgers really? No, Rodgers is not worth 2 first-rounders. But here's my take on this. If I'm the Packers, I'm playing hard. I'm playing hardball because you hold all the leverage here. Like, what is going to happen if you don't trade Aaron Rodgers? He's probably going to retire. And if you're the Packers, you don't care if he retires. You're ready to move on from Aaron Rodgers anyway. So it's like, if he retires, fine. We're rolling with Jordan Love either way. So why should the Packers give in to the Jets? The Jets have like no negotiating power here. Rodgers wants to be a Jet. He's already said it. He took all the negotiating power away from the Jets when he went on the Pat McAfee show and said, "I want to be on the Jets." Because now it's like, okay, if you want him, you're gonna have to pay for him. So the Packers should be playing like this. I'm sure they'll lighten up a little bit when the draft gets here and they want those picks. But if I'm the Packers, I'm not giving in. I'm like, you want them, you got to pay for them. All right, you keep bringing up this ankle surgery for JT, but I mean, Breece Hall is having the worst kind of surgery, ACL surgery, and people are still high on him. Like ankle surgery, he got all off season. I'm not worried about JT ankle surgery. Okay, yeah, this is actually true, Pat. But didn't he say like, no, it's Patrick, so I guess he can't be the MVP. Oh, here we go. If Mac Jones wins MVP, I will saute and eat a football. Although he didn't say what kind of football. Maybe you could find like a steak shaped like a football. Lamar to the Jets would be crazy. Now, you can't ever believe what these GMs, coaches say, but the GM did say, like, it wouldn't be good faith if we tried to go after Lamar with what's going on with the Rodgers thing. But you never know. Thoughts on Lazard? He's not a very good wide receiver. He couldn't really get much done last year when he was the only guy. Yeah, I'm off Lazard. I'm off him. Okay, and now Nate is saying he's picking this year's RB1 in the 10th round. In the 10th round, he's picking this year's RB1. Oh! Izzy. Wow. I miss the days when I got him in every draft. Now I never get him anymore. But I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. There you go. If the sauteed football is made out of real pigskin, it might be probably still not good, actually. Paper has some sources. Lamar to the Pats, according to his sources. Interesting. All right, do I go? Who's left at tight end? Do I go tight end here? No, I do not. That's ugly. Man, I can't even get my rookie. I can't even get Kendre Miller anymore from you guys. Sauteed football or raw broccoli? I'll go raw broccoli. At least raw broccoli is edible. How do you even eat a football? Like, and what is that like? Yeah, I don't even want to think about what that's like coming out. Ooh, Young Money got that. Young Money bringing the heat tonight. Are people really buying into Kevin White? I mean, Josh Doxson. I mean, Quentin Johnston. Ooh, those are some non-flattering names. Dang. There you go. Jim helping you out. I don't know if he's local to you, but they have cheese. Football's made of sausage. You can saute that. It would probably taste delicious. And then JSC say Penny at the 10.8 could be the steal of the draft. Yeah, if he could. Two things for Penny. Three things for Penny. Number one, gotta dodge the Bijan bullet. Number two, gotta stay healthy. That's like that might be number 1, 2, and 3. And then number 3, you got to think he's getting paid less than Boston Scott. I don't know. I don't think I like Penny. He's talented, but man, I've been burned too much by Penny. I've been burned way too many times by Penny. I hope he stays healthy. I hope he's great because I like the guy, but man, I've been burned too much. Kyler Murray definitely going to take a while to heal, but maybe he's worth a late draft pick. I don't think so, and here's why, because you shouldn't need – you should be able to draft a good enough quarterback in a 1 QB league that you shouldn't need to wait on him. But also what I worry about is when he does come back, does he run? Is his mobility gone? And that's a big part of his fantasy value is the mobility. Like, I think he'll be back, and he'll be fine in the pocket throwing the ball probably, but I worry about his legs this year. So I'm just kind of off Kyler Murray this year in season long. Like in Dynasty, go for it. Still young. All right. We just had a Henry Ruggs pick. Oh boy. What? How is Damian Williams? Who's drafting Damian Williams? Was that a mistake? Was that what? Is that Damian Williams? How are we? What? Who's drafting Damian Williams anyways? He's not even on a team. Wow. That might be, and I'm saying this out of how do I get out of this? Please don't take this the wrong way. Other than a joke pick like Henry Ruggs, that may be the worst pick I've ever seen in one of our drafts. Sorry. he's not even going to be on our roster this year. If Zeke goes back to the Cowboys, is Tony Pollard still an astronaut going back to the moon? No, he's still very good in fantasy, but I'd probably have to put him like back down around the Stevenson Chubb area, because even though Zeke is dust, he can still score touchdowns, and that's enough to keep him from going to the moon. It's hard to go to the moon. It's hard to go to the moon if you don't score a lot of touchdowns. Like, not everybody can be Justin Jefferson and score 7 touchdowns and get 800 yards and go to the moon. He's going to need touchdowns. So Zeke would limit that. And okay, we have a thing. We have an answer here, and I'll fix it for you. So he meant Damian Harris. That makes more sense. Well, is he here? Is he gone? Well, looks like he's gone, so never mind. Yeah, Damian Harris was taken in the 9th. I remember when Damian Williams won people championships when the Chiefs went on that Super Bowl run the first time. And then the next year, he was going as like a second rounder. It was crazy. And I was like, what are you people doing? That was really the last time we heard from Damian Williams. Oh, got the jokes. My last pick will absolutely smoke his competition. Yes, he will. Josh Gordon won a lot of people a league once. Only once, though. But, man, for that 1 year, he was amazing. All right, and then I guess I need a tight end. Who's the... Oh, man. You guys really... Nobody took Darren Waller? Okay, fine. Jeez. Darren Waller. All right, there we go. Yeah, Charkandrick West. Spencer Ware for like 3 games. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's see what we got here. Hulk Smash at the 1. Jefferson, Smith, Pollard, Keenan, Herbert. That's really good. Gibbs, Monty, Dotson, Ingram, Pirine, Shaheed, Hodgins. I don't see anything I don't like there. Great job. Great draft. We'll skip me. We'll go to Dong Mong, which I think first time drafting with us. So welcome. Cup, Jacobs, Etienne, Fields, Kirk. Burks a little high for me, but okay, that's fine. Connor, Cooks, Mooney, Komet, Chark, and Gainwell. Yeah, other than the Burks pick, and I'm a little nervous about Chark. They're talking about like some kind of ankle thing, but I like that team. I don't know if it quite has the upside as Team 1, but it's definitely a solid team. Well done. All right, Nate, CMC, Metcalf, Cooper, Pittman. I think you've taken Pittman in every draft. You're higher on Pittman this year than I was last year, I think. Hawkinson, Mixon, MVP Tua, spicy pick Tua, Rashad White, Cortland Sutton, Izzy, Thielen, and Spears. I'll be honest, I don't get that Thielen pick. It's just like, whatever. But I like this team. I do like this team. Metcalf maybe a little early, but I think you said you rushed it. Yeah, I would have gone some like Deshaun over Tua, but he's your guy. It's a good team. Still think Team 1 is the best team so far, but it's a good team as well. All right, Californian, Diggs, Henry, Mahomes, Kittle, McLaurin, Evans, Miles Sanders. Man, I feel like this is like the anti-dynasty team. A lot of old guys on this team. Although then you got Jameson, Juju, Penny, DPJ, and Beckham. Man. I don't know. We'll see. This like Diggs, Henry, I think that's fine. Mahomes, fine. Kittle, okay. I know people are really high on him because he had those like kind of monster games down the stretch, but Terry, that's okay. Evans, I'm just kind of off him. Sanders, Jamal, I think I said Jameson Williams. That's actually Jamal Williams, huh? Jamal, Juju, I don't know. I don't. This feels like a high floor team to me, like a team of the high floor. So I'd like to see a little more upside in there personally. All right, Ale did not go 0 RB. Went Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, Ramondre, DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Trevor Lawrence still has a great wide receiver group. Then you got Algier, James Cook, Herbert, Freiermuth, Osborne, and Gibson. That's a pretty good squad. How do I feel towards the number one team? I think I still like the number one team a little more, but picking from the middle, that's pretty well done. That team has upside. He's got a lot of shots. Algier, James Cook, Herbert, Gibson got shots at running back. I like that team. All right. Luke Ware, Cole, Keener, I can't pronounce any of your names. Eckler, Waddle, Breece Hall, Burrow, Jackson Smith, Goddard, Godwin, Kamara, Bigsby, Lazard, and then, of course, the last two picks, throwaways. I mean, those first, 6 picks are pretty good. And then I just kind of feel like from pick 7 on, it's just, I don't know. I mean, the wheels certainly fell off the last 3 picks, but I like the first half of the draft. A little iffy on the second half. All right. Other John, CeeDee Lamb, Kenneth Walker, Christian Watson, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Jones, Dak, Rashad Bateman, Pitts. That's good value for Pitts, I got to say. Foreman, good pick there. Downs, Evans, Mechie. So I like that finish more. You're taking some shots on some guys. They could bust, but they could boom. Lamb, Walker, Watson, Dobbins, Jones, Dak. I like this team quite a bit. I think the only pick I might not like is Bateman, really. But even that, okay, fine. I like that team a lot. Well done. Definitely one of the contenders. Well done. All right, Henke, Adams, St. Brown, Allen, Andrews, Cook, Pierce. I mean, look, for not taking a running back till the 5th round to get Dalvin Cook and Dameon Pierce, that's pretty good. They should be solid. Jameson, Addison, Javonte, I'm definitely worried about. Gabe, and then you went Damian Williams and Raheem Mostert. I would have liked to seen, I really like this first, 8 picks. I can't complain about anything there. I think it's great. I would have liked to seen a little, especially with Gabe, you already have 4 upside wide receivers. And can we even call Gabe an upside wide receiver? He had 1 big game last year. That was it. So I would have liked to seen a little more running back depth, maybe take a shot on some of the rookies, especially with Javonte and the knee. But overall, it's a solid team. And like I said, I love those first, 8 picks there. So good job. All right, fantasy sleeper, Kelsey, Barkley, Chubb. Big Mike in the 4th round. Very nice. And then Ayuk and then Pickens. Ooh, this is a good team. Wow, this is a good team. I mean, you got the number 1 tight end. You got 2 really good running backs. You got 3 very high upside wide receivers. Then you got Pacheco. And then you're taking shots on rookies. You got Sky Moore. All right, Aaron Rodgers. Probably not my favorite QB to draft. But, at least with the Jets, he has some weapons. But I got to say, this is a great team. Kelsey, Barkley, Chubb, Big Mike, Ayuk, Pickens with Flowers, Hyatt, and Sky Moore backing him up. Pacheco and Tucker backing him up. That's a great team. That might be my favorite team so far, to be honest. Well done. Very good job. All right, Jamarcus Russell. Let's see if he can draft better than he can play quarterback. A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Jalen Hurts. That is a fantastic start. Najee, that is great value on Najee. Hollywood, Akers, Johnston, Tony. I like that. I like taking a shot on Tony there. Njoku, definitely like him. People taking my guy Kendre now. He didn't even get to run at the pro day. I thought maybe people will still be off him, but I guess not. Madison, I like that pick. I saw a report today that the Vikings are like trying to move on from Dalvin Cook, and they want to give Madison a bigger role. We'll see if that's true. And then Pierce at the end. I like this team a lot too. Another really good squad. Very good team. Good job. All right, then rise above with the JT Bijan start for the third draft in a row. We get a JT Bijan start. Hopkins, Ridley, Deontay, Lockett. I mean, those are three Hopkins, Ridley, Lockett. Tons of upside. Deontay could bounce back this year. He's solid. I like that. Dylan, Deshaun, that's good to get Deshaun there. Damian Harris, I like it. MT, okay. I mean, if you want to gamble on him, go for it, I guess. Schultz, fine there. Boutte, what other rookie? Were there other rookies available? I guess he's okay. I don't know. I'm pretty down on Boutte, to be honest with you. But I think it's a great team. Getting JT and Bijan at the turn is great. I like your 4 wide receivers. You got Deshaun. Schultz should be fine. Another good team. Definitely some good teams here. Somebody said, Sean saying no one took Waller. I took Waller in the last round. Didn't love it, but he was the only one who was left. What else we got here? Anybody have thoughts on him? Thoughts on some teams? Chris, who's your fantasy hero that became irrelevant afterwards? The running CJ Anderson. CJ Anderson. He won me my first championship when I picked him up off waivers, and then he was like never really that good again. But always had a soft spot for CJ Anderson. He won me my first championship. Yeah, Nate saying, wish I had taken Smith over Metcalf. Yep, definitely. Ale has beat the system. Ale always does. I think Ale has been in so many of our drafts over the years, and he drafts almost everyone. He knows pretty much exactly like which players will fall to which rounds and when he can wait. But yeah, he crushes these drafts for sure. I mean, yeah, Rodgers in the last round is fine, but he was not very good last year, even for fantasy. So, like, it's the last round. I mean, I don't know. Cousins, maybe. It's a lot. There's not a lot of guys left at that point, so I get it. All right, guys. Appreciate you being here all week. Anthony, hopefully we got you sorted out for next week. Don't forget, whether you want to get priority access into the mock drafts, whether you want to get priority access from Pierre and I to look at your dynasty teams, help you in your startup drafts, help you in your rookie drafts, help you with trades, help you with your team. You want to get help from the other guys, Flock, Stock Exchange, Dynasty Land. You want bonus articles, you want bonus videos, live streams, rankings, plus all the other stuff we have coming down the pipeline. And if you just want to support our channel too, you can do that. That's another great reason. flockfantasy.com/endgame. You can check it out for free for 2 days. You can sign up in less than a minute. You don't have to pay right away. Check it out. If you like it, you get 30% off any subscription. You can pay for the full year in advance. You can do month to month, whatever you like. I think it comes out to like $6 a month or something. It's even if you get the highest tier, it's less than $100 for the whole year. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Check it out if you can. Don't forget, we got our top 12 Dynasty wide receiver video dropping tomorrow. I got another video dropping on Sunday, and we'll be back on Tuesday night to mock draft with you guys again. Have a great night. We'll see you.